Having graduated high school in 2025 last year, I realized three things. One, when people say that school is completely different from university, they are both right and wrong. Number two, making friends in university is so much more difficult than in high school. And number three, yeah, I didn't really come up with number three. So if I'm a keep it a bean, clubbing ain't all that. I know some people do club in high school, but me, I only clubbed once in university so far. And yeah, if I'm a keep it a bean, it ain't all that. So let me focus in on that second point I made, the one about. Now, I went to a private school in my hometown they only had about 200 to 300 students in it at the time, for the entirety of my high school career. So I wasn't exposed to many, different people, different types of people. It was also a only Muslim high school, so it was literally just a bunch of Muslim children with like two or three Christians sprinkled in. So it was like moving to university was like a massive, massive change in terms of that. Like, I just had to now, instead of like just being put in a group with three people, four people, and we became friends, or you sit down next to someone, you become friends with them, and then you spend like 5 years speaking to them because that's like your friend, that's like your homeboy, your homegirl. That shit was not there or is not there in university. Like there is still the thing where you can sit next to someone, become friends with them, whatever. But that's just like really not as prevalent in university. Now, that's not to say that I don't have friends in university. I do have a few very good friends, and I do have others that are friends, but like not really that close. There's this one that I met in this one that I met in political science class. Her glasses, her specs were broken, and her lens would pop out. So her lens popped out and like fell under my chair. I picked it up, I gave it to her, and we started speaking, and we became very good friends after that. Then there was this other guy that I met during welcoming, which I only went to welcoming for one day, but that's besides the point. This one guy I met during welcoming, yeah, I became very good friends with him after that. We just spoke. We just spoke during welcoming. He was standing in front of me in the line, and we spoke, and we became like really good friends. Obviously, I'm not gonna say their names, any of my friends' names, because that is doxing. But we became friends, and we still friends to this day. We don't speak as much because we literally just became friends that day, and then we spoke for like I think 2 3 weeks, linked up maybe once or twice, but we're not really like very very close right now. And then there was this then or other than that there was just this other girl that I met in this like bullshit class that they put us in. It's called knowledge skills. That shit is just bullshit. It's like life orientation, but like for university students. Um, yeah, we helped each other with this again bullshit task, which was like um change the font and I don't know, make the shit bigger or something. I don't know. But yeah, we became friends and she introduced me to her friends and so on and so forth. So making friends in university is difficult, but it's not impossible. And especially for me, like I am a very, very I don't really approach people all that often. So like I wouldn't say shy. Shy makes it sound like I don't know, like but I am kind of shy, and that's why I was like I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm gonna make friends, but yeah, I did, and it's really not that difficult if you just get out of your shell, and go out there and make friends. Second is, as you see, the cold approach. Now, the cold approach is, yeah, that's where it starts getting a little tricky. Everyone's done a cold approach before. You just go up to the girl, you speak to her, get a name, get a number, whatever. Now, thing is, I don't know what's up with me, but I keep punching hello like above my weight class. Out of my league. Like there was this one like fine ass Asian girl that I was like, damn, she fine. So I went up to her, spoke a little bit, tried to get the Insta, get this, get that. And this girl looked at me, was like, nah, I don't have any social media. I'm like, that's a lie. But okay. Respect to you. You do you. Walked away. That's how you handle a cold approach. It's not always gonna land. You might airball. There's sometimes where you stiff. I don't know much about basketball. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I don't know who misses. Like you'll be from the free throw line. Sometimes you Jordan. Sometimes you Shaq. It is what it is. But you just move on. You move on. Then there was this other girl. That one time I went clubbing, went up to the girl. I was hella awkward because I literally couldn't hear myself think. But she was so fun, I had to get a number. I pulled up. I didn't get a number. I got an Insta. That I don't ask for the number. I asked for the Insta. Anyways, I pulled up. I spoke to her. She told me her name, what she does, blah blah blah. Got her Insta. Moved on. Thing is, I didn't get a name. I didn't get a name. Because I couldn't hear anything. Like I was hella deaf because of the music. I didn't get a name, so I literally just got her Insta, and I followed her, and then yeah, I moved on. Spent the night clubbing, whatever. That was I did another cold approach besides that. There was a girl sitting like on the couch. In the building where I study, like the main building I study in. And I went up to her, I spoke to her, we spoke for a while. I asked for Insta. She said she had a boyfriend, but she still gave me an Insta. I don't know, that might be a little bit of a red flag. I don't know, but yeah, she gave me an Insta. We haven't really spoken after that. Obviously, I'm not gonna DM a girl that has a boyfriend. That's grimy. But yeah, she was cool. She's from like this very small town and shit. She's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and then there's like other ones where it's like just DM'd on Insta and they met up in real life, type shit. But yeah, cold approaches are bad if you handle them in the wrong way. Like you can't go up to a girl, she rejects you, and then you get mad at her and you start screaming at her and shit. That's gonna get you nowhere. But like you just gotta be cool about it. You gotta like say she rejects you, it's fine, you move on, you keep it pushing. Finally, the lectures. The lectures is the boring stuff. Like I take pol sci, I take psychology, I take sociology, I take ancient cultures, I take English, I take knowledge skills, but that we put that aside. Um, there are different types of lecturers, all different types. There's like my first term pol sci lecturer that was very, she was very like she had this condescending tone. The don't ask for help because I won't help you. Well, ask for she was big on ask for help, but like I won't upload the slides, I won't do this, I won't do that. She just didn't want to like go beyond what she had to do. Then you have the ones like my first term psych, which was like literally everyone loved him. I won't say his name obviously because privacy and shit, but everyone loved him and he genuinely was a very good lecturer. Like I still remember some of the stuff he taught us because of how good of a lecturer he is. I say some of the stuff, I should remember it because it was literally what, 5 months ago. Anyways, yeah, he's a very good lecturer. And then you get ones like my sociology lecturer, pardon me. He grinded my gears because he was a terrible lecturer. He sometimes would show up late. He would stumble over his words majority of the time. He would explain very poorly. One time he just didn't show up. So it like 20, 30 minutes into the class, he didn't show up. We all got up and just walked out. We're like, what the fuck? Didn't send out an email saying that he wasn't going to show up. Nothing. He just pulled up the next day and then apologized because something happened in his life. He could have sent out an email. He could have, and apparently he didn't prepare either. Like he would just stumble over his words and stuff, but he didn't like combat that by preparing more. No, he just didn't prepare. Like we were the first lecture for him of the week, and then he'd have another lecture with the other class like the next day. He literally told our class, I use your class to prepare for the other class. Like, this guy didn't take his job seriously, bro. That shit pissed me off so bad because, like, this is my education. We paying you. You should do your job. But anyways, yeah, that's like there's so many different types of lecturers. Lectures can be fun, they can be boring, or they can't be fun, but they can be boring, they can be interesting. It all depends on like the subject, the lecture. There's so many different things. But yeah, uni so far for me has been it's been it's been an experience, I'm not gonna lie. And that gets us to the end of the video. Moral of the video, just live your life, bro. Do your shit. Whatever you want to do, just do it, bro. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, fuck you. Why the fuck you watching this far into the video anyways? Yeah, enjoy your day. Bye. Peace.